It was, I got to training camp in Spain and I was like, this is fucking lame.
We have a question here. This question is from Ava. Hi, durianrider. I recently purchased a Trekker ALR disc brake bike and I'm loving it. Disc brakes. Recently, every day, I've been riding for 15 minutes. Yesterday, I rode for nearly 30 minutes. I'm still very unfit, but putting up the fitness. Everybody's unfit compared to Chris Froome, right? It's not about, never say you're unfit. Say you're getting fitter. You're working on your fitness. You're getting better and better, right? Because that's the reality. Fitness takes time, and it's about being consistent. But if you say I'm unfit, I'm slow, I'm this or that, then that becomes your identity, right? See yourself as an athlete getting better, always looking for ways to improve and learn and share. My question is there anything I need to do in order to take care of my bike properly? Do's and don'ts. Do I just put it in my garage after I'm done, but I have a feeling I should be doing something more as well? Really dumb question. There's no dumb questions. But I'm getting confused with the gear changes. How do I change gears properly? Because, I'm just pressing everything. As you can tell, I'm the beginner of beginners. We've all been there, right? We've all been there. So to change gears, the little levers there, the right one is to make small adjustments. And the right lever controls the rear derailleur. Your left lever controls your two front chain links, if you have two chain links, which you do when you trek a Monda. So that makes big changes. Big ring or small ring on your left, that's all. And on the back is your right one, all right? Makes small adjustments. So you just go and ride and you'll feel that over time changing the gears. Remember, the left one is to make big changes. You go to the top of a hill, you put it in the big ring. You're on the flat, put it in the big ring. Off from the traffic lights, traffic light turns red, put it into the small ring with the left shifter, right? And so then when you spin off the lights, you can just take off easily. When you go off the lights as well, look left, look right. Don't assume because it's green that people are going to stop for you, right? Look left, look right, look left again and right again. Pay attention. Some people just go straight through the green, not even looking left and right. Always be looking, okay? Always be looking. But yeah, just practice with it, And what I'd recommend doing is riding around the hood, in a low traffic situation and looking down and checking your gears and just seeing which goes which. And before you look down, make sure you look up that you don't run into the back of a parked car or a pole. All right? So pick a really quiet, a supermarket car park would be fantastic for that. A supermarket car park. Car park. That's a great one. Just jump on your bike in the supermarket car park when it's after hours, whatever, and just cut laps around there, looking down and watching things change. All right? Make sure you look up before you look down though. Don't be crashing into stuff. And then just have a feel for it. And when you're changing gears, you're not stomping through the power of the pedals. You just, you're obviously going to have to pedal for the gears to change. You keep pedaling, but maybe you're backing off the gears, maybe like 80% of the pressure of the pedals, right? You're not like smashing, stomping it down. You can stomp it down, but that could increase the chances of chain skipping or whatever. And I always recommend changing gears when you're in the saddle. I don't recommend changing gears out the saddle. You can do it, but it's a little bit tricky. And if you're a beginner rider, the chances of chain skipping and you go over the bars can happen, right? So as you get more experience, you get the feel for things and how much pressure you can put on the pedals for the chain skips, you stay in the saddle, right? Doing any sprints, stay in the saddle. In the saddle, spin the gear really fast. Heads up. Out the saddle up the hill, it's okay. But I generally stay in the saddle all the time on the flat. Maybe I get out the saddle every few minutes just to keep the blood flowing. But when I get out the saddle, I'm sort of dancing on the bike. I'm not putting much power down when I'm out the saddle on the flat. Just little things, Some people have done out the saddle sprints, their cleat slips, or the chain skips, and they crash, smash their teeth on the road because they do an out the saddle sprint. I didn't really understand the full balance of the bike. So I recommend at the start, just stay in the saddle. Get out of the saddle to keep the blood flowing, but you're not smashing, you're not sprinting out the saddle, right? You're getting out the saddle just to cruise, get blood flowing. You're just doing a 5 out of 10 effort, just cruising along, things like that. Just get the blood flowing. Being able to ride out of the saddle is a very important skill to have because it works different muscles, gets blood flowing, and it's just better on steep climbs. But that will come as you go along. So start with go to the car park. Go to the car park and just cut laps around. Cut laps around your neighborhood. Just do laps of the block. Get a feel for things. Get a feel for how your brakes work. Try and pull up quick and things like that. And if you ever brake hard, try and straighten your arms, push your body weight back over the bike. That will prevent you from flipping over the bike, right? And if you have to, stop quickly, just practice it. Start at 10k an hour, 5k an hour, and also practice riding at walking pace. Just get that balance going on. Just how slow can you ride? Can you ride at 2k an hour? Just do that. Just practice in your sneakers. Don't use your clipping shoes right away. Just learn those skills. And then when you get more skilled, you can go on your clipless pedals and do that. And if you're going to get clipless pedals, I do recommend mountain bike shoes. Mountain bike shoes and pedals, they just work better. There's no loss of power, unlike someone might say. Get a stiff carbon fiber plate mountain bike shoe with a little Shimano SBD pedal. You can get the double-sided ones where it's flat for a sneaker on one, on the other side is a clip-in pedal. You can use those. The Shimano XT ones are really good for that. I think it's called the MT780 maybe. It's just a flat pedal for your sneaker, and on the other side is your clip-in. So they're really good for starting out. Or the Shimano A530. Otherwise, I just use the Shimano XTR race pedal, and they work really good as well. So road shoes are like, oh man, they're slipping around. Don't get your girlfriend road shoes. It's going to make her experience not as enjoyable. All my girlfriends always use mountain bike shoes and pedals, and they get super fit and super hot, and the cycling experience is just super easy and free and carefree, and that's what women want, carefree fun. Road shoes are like slipping around, the cleats wear out, you've got to change them all the time and chuck them in landfill. It's a lot of faffing around, right? Faffing around. Less faff. Less faff. So that's my tip. Bike maintenance, I'd recommend get some squirt lube, and you can just Google up how to lube your chain on YouTube. I use squirt lube. It's very clean, it's very eco, it's very safe, and it's just less gunk on your hands. Get an old rag and just clean that chain. There's plenty of tutorials on YouTube how to clean a chain. Just using a rag, just polish it with your fingers. Put an audio book in there, listen to me or Gary V, and just polish off the factory grease on there and the dirt, and and then your chain will be a lot longer wearing and just feel smoother, and things like that. Tire pressure, get yourself a floor pump, get your tires around 80 psi, 80 to 100 if you're on a road bike, and that's pretty much about it. If you have any creaking or ticking, take it to like a bike shop and ask them what's going on, and also try and understand what they did to your bike versus just give it to someone and pay them and not learn a skill. Try and help understand, well, what was that ticking sound? Why are the gears jumping around? What did I do wrong? And that way you gotta learn stuff, And bikes are really, especially these bikes, these old days, not these days, but some of the older bikes, the Trek and Monda's pretty easy to work on. Except disc brakes can be real faff. But otherwise, a rim brake bike, mechanical gears is very, very easy to work on, for sure. Disc brakes is getting more complicated and faffing around there. But in general, your Trek and Monda's pretty easy to work on. That's about it. Just, start slow, pay attention out there, wear gloves, wear a helmet. I was chatting with a young lady on Instagram the other week, and she's riding on Instagram in a story not wearing a helmet. I'm like, wear a helmet. I think it was the next day or a day later, she had a crash. Her back wheel somehow popped out of her frame, and she went over the bars, and I think she hit her noggin. But she's wearing a helmet. I don't know if she's wearing gloves though, but I hope she was. Right? Wear gloves, wear a helmet. Just do it. And no matter where you are, because crashes sometimes happen. Just, The other day, my friend parked his Trek and Monda out front of yoga, and someone undid that freaking stem bolts. Right? So he got on the bike and he went to turn, and the handlebars slipped around. That's like attempted murder in my book. What happens if you did that and went in traffic and got ran over and killed? Like, that's just crazy. There's people out there who loosen your stem bolts on your bike that's parked, right? So whenever I park my bike, I just give it a bit of a check of the bars, make sure they're not being loosened. But I've been racing for 22 years. I've got hundreds of thousands of Ks experience under me, so I can quickly tell when a bike's wrong from the get-go. But a brand new rider or less experienced, might not. So a little safety check like that, just tap the bars, see if they move around. But that's very, very unlikely to happen. That's very, very unlikely to happen. It can happen, but it's very, very unlikely. Just want to give people a heads up. Wear your helmet, wear gloves, wear visible clothing, some neons, some colours. Don't use black helmets or black jerseys unless you've got some neon going on there, neon bike with neon socks. Like, have something that's visible, people can really see you. A lot of people on medications, they're undercarb, they're not paying attention, they're on Tinder, they've got kids in the back, they're looking in the air, So that's the deal there. Hopefully that helps. If it does, give it a thumbs up. If it doesn't, give it a thumbs down. We'll see you next video.